And it's a big one. It is a big one. 15 yards. The 8-yard line. And there's the opening kickoff on the football game. Bradwell taking the opening kick from the Effingham County Rebels. 1st and 10 for the Tigers as Stewart brings it back on the opening kickoff. Well, that's not bad field position, Don, to start the ball game.
No, Jim, we all gave about a good drive. Two weeks ago, Bradwell's offense very impressive in the first half. We can come back like that with the big show.
And as you see there early in the game, Greg Stafford has called timeout before the first play. Undoubtedly, Don, some confusion, a little mix-up maybe on the offensive set, so they were ready to go into his. Stafford wanted to come over and talk with Coach Johnson.
You always hate to start the game out and timeout is the correct thing. You hope that you got those guys directed before the ball game starts.
Bobby, we were anticipating a good crowd, and I think we're going to have it. A lot of them late in coming. You and I were commenting earlier that maybe we're not going to have a full house, but I believe it might.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a small crowd tonight, Jim, about 30 minutes ago, and then all of a sudden the stadium filled up.
Okay, the Lions, Bradwell Tigers come up to the line of scrimmage. Now, this is the first play from scrimmage in the ball game. Greg Stafford at quarterback, number 10. Looking, got an option. Comes to his right, gets a few yards. Up near the 30-yard line before he's finally brought down and forced out of bounds on the Bradwell side of the field. A gain there of about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Chuck Carter, defensive end for Effingham County, making the stop. So Stafford option to go with the run on the first play of the game, and Bradwell has now moved it out to about the 32, 33-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Tigers. Again, Stafford with the ball. Wants a pass. Overthrown, out of bounds, across the way in front of the Effingham County bench. We're just underway in the ball game. There is no score. Bradwell won the toss, elected to receive. Stewart returned the opening kickoff for some 12 to 15 yards. And then Stafford has run for 4, has thrown an incompletion. It's 2nd down and 6 for the Tigers. Don, is your prediction true? The injured Bradwell player is not in the lineup. They're down, and Stafford again gets yardage. 2, 3, maybe 4. That will not be enough for the first down. Moved up near the 40-yard line. We'll mark it at the 39. And again tonight we'll be using fast math, Bobby, since we don't have our line markers on the field as we had hoped.
Well, the Effingham defense looks tough, Jim.
Bradwell fails to convert on 4th down and will have to kick. Greg Stafford, number 10, standing back at his own 25-yard line. And the Effingham County Rebels will get their head on the football for the first time tonight. It's a nice kick by Greg Stafford, and they're going to let it roll there as it rolls down near the 15-yard line. And it's down about the 14. Nice kick. Good home team roll on that one for Greg Stafford, and Effingham will have to put it in play on their own 14-yard line, their first offensive series of the night. We're just underway, and there is no score. 27-yard punt, as you probably heard 37-yard punt, as you heard the public address announcer say. So I have a first look at the Effingham County offense. Number 15, the quarterback. He's going to be sacked. He is hit by number 84 for Bradwell. Rusty Pace makes the sack for the Tigers. Well, they look like they came to play, Don.
It certainly looks that way from moving the kickoff. Yeah, it doesn't.
A loss of some 5 or 6 yards in the play. 2nd and we'll call it 16 for the Rebels of Effingham County High School. Plant pass out to number 11 complete. Gets hard as he's getting close to a first down before he finally got down. About the 25-yard line. Calvin Barrett, number 43, finally made the stop for Bradwell, and let's see if that's going to be the first down or connection. No, you see the change being used. That's the first down. That was one count. Well, they came out of a hole there that we thought the Tigers might be able to contain them in that, but Effingham has picked up the first down. It's the first of the game for either team. Handoff this time to running back Rodney King. Rodney King takes the handoff from Robbie Gault, quarterback. Gets a couple, 2 good yards. Bring up second and 8. Robbie Gault, number 15, quarterback for Effingham. Gives his time into the line, he fakes it, and he passes, and it's open.
Jim, he's wide open. He is wide open.
And he is fouled up now by number 43. Big game by Calvin Barrett, catches him from behind.
Jim, not only was it a perfect pass from the quarterback, but number 83 was wide open.
I was going to make that comment, Bobby, that there was no coverage there. They let that man get too open, Don.
There was a breakdown in defense, Jim. He was wide open, and he was very lucky to bring him down.
So Effingham County has the first down at the Bradwell 25-yard line. Play goes into the center of the line this time, and it gets 1, maybe 2 yards before that entire middle. You notice number 74 in helping on the stop for Bradwell, Bobby Anderson. Gain of 3, second and 7. It'll be second and 7 for the Rebels. We have no score in the game. Big number 33 on the carry this time. He's going to be tripped at the line of scrimmage, or maybe for a slight loss on the play, as he was unable to make his cut as he moved to his right, tried to cut back, and he was brought down by a couple of Bradwell defenders in there.
Russ Sanders, number 41, was the man that tripped him up in the backfield, and I don't think he was going anywhere after Russ tripped him up.
A loss of about 1.5 yards or 2 yards on the play, be 3rd and 9. Ball at about the Bradwell 27. Effingham with it. Again, they tried that big line, the Bradwell defensive line, and again it goes nowhere. Fourth down, and they're in field goal range if they've got that kind of kicker done.
Jim, I don't know if they have a field goal kicker or not. I'm not that familiar with it.
No.
It's been a good stand for Bradwell. The defense is looking good, except for a couple of plays. So maybe we're going to blow our backs now and hold them.
Okay, I have a feeling that's exactly what's going to happen. I don't see any action that would indicate they're going for a field goal. That is a little bit, maybe a little out of range for it or the normal high school.
I would think so, and I think what you're going to see is them try another pass play. Definitely would be a pass play.
Because the ball is about the 20-yard line, that would make it a sizable. That would make it in the Butler range, wouldn't it?
I would think so, Jim. We have a young man that can kick them that far, but he doesn't kick them with consistency from that distance.
Well, there's timeout on the field now as Effingham County had called timeout. They're in a 4th and 9 situation.
Bringing you the ball game tonight is the Hinesville Bank, Coastal Housing, Liberty Housing, Hinesville Builder Supply, Pier House Seafood Restaurant, Quince Mobile Homes, the Bradley Group, and we'll give you the others later.
Okay, Bob, we'll continue that in just a moment. I'll be sure and give it back to you for that important list of our sponsors, because they're very vital to this broadcast. Well, there's no doubt the Effingham County Rebels, they're going to try for it. It's going to be a pass play. Has a man in the end zone, and it is either intercepted or it is complete.
Complete, Jim.
It is complete.
He just took it away from our man.
Number 33. That's number 33 for Effingham County. Roger Scott, a running black. He had two Bradwell defenders covering him.
We had men all over him, and I don't see how in the world he came up with that pass.
I thought sure we either had the interception or knocked it down, but it's down near the goal line, or rather over the goal line, and for the 6 pointers, and the try for extra point attempt by Effingham County to put them up 7-0 here with 6:20 left in the first quarter. Kick is up, and you see it's good.
It's good. Jim, this seems to be the type breaks that have been haunting Bradwell all year. We just can't seem to come down with a break.
Well, Don, they look so good, and after that punt, after Craig Stafford's punt, then to make a sack on the first play from scrimmage, then that nice run by the Effingham County man that put them down for the first down. Then it kind of broke up there for a minute or two. And, of course, not good coverage at all on that long pass, which set up this touchdown. Then they came right back and looked very strong on defense again. And then, so indications are that Effingham County and that quarterback so far, Robbie Gault, number 15, has looked awfully good on two long passes. Well, again, the Bradwell Tigers are going to take the kickoff after the Effingham County touchdown. And John Stewart again is a deep man in the middle. Kick will go to, no, this time not to Stewart. Taken this time as a penalty marker. Return back to near the 30-yard line. Taking that kick off, Raymond Gross. For Bradwell. We thought that was a penalty marker, but it was a piece of clothing off of the ball carrier's kerchief of some type. So it's 1st and 10, Bradwell, at the Effingham County 30-yard line, or rather the Bradwell 30-yard line. 6:04 left in the first quarter. Effingham 7, Bradwell nothing. Give this time into the center of the line goes John Stewart on the carry for Bradwell, taking the handoff from Greg Goss. Craig Stafford. Substitutions in for Bradwell. Johnny Holmes comes in, wide receiver. Gain of some 5 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Tigers. Stafford with the count now. Pitches out at the last moment. The 14, Stewart. Stewart gets across the 45, or rather the 40 to about the 43. That should be enough yardage for the first down. So Stewart picks up the first down for the Bradwell Tigers, and all at the 43 of Bradwell. First down for the Tigers at that point. Offense not looking too bad. Give this time into the point on the left side of that defensive Effingham County line. Number 14, Stewart again is the ball carrier.
Don, Bradwell needs to get a score right fast here. Get back in this ball game.
I think it would help if they could get a score on the board, Bobby, and I'm sure it would pep the offense up. This offense has been kind of bogged down all season. We need everything we can get with them.
2nd and 6 for the Tigers. Now at their own 47-yard line, 48. Pass this time, incomplete. Intended for John Stewart from Craig Stafford. Just a little out of reach, Don.
Just a fingertips out of reach, Jim. It looked like he could have caught it with it would have been an exceptional catch, but it was just a little ahead of him.
Well, he gave it a tremendous effort, but it was just a little beyond his fingertips. Brings up a third down. We're still 3rd and 6 for the Tigers. Effingham has gone ahead in the game 7-0 here in the first quarter. Stafford looking, option, pitches back at the last moment to Stewart. Stewart gets around the corner, but steps out of bounds at about the Effingham County 46-yard line.
I believe, Jim, he picked up the first down, however, before he stepped out of bounds. From where I'm sitting, that looks like he by about a foot.
They may have to bring the change in. It's going to be
very close.
The reason that being the chains are on the opposite side of the field. He stepped out of bounds on the near side, our broadcast booth side, and so
Don, when
I believe they're going to bring him in. They are. Bring the chains in for the measurement.
When Stewart missed that pass a while ago, you said it was just out of his fingertips. I remember many years ago when you and I were playing, it's outlawed now. They used to have some stuff called tacky finger, and it wasn't illegal to put, and you could put that on the ends of your fingers, and there's no way you could miss a ball that close.
Right, Bobby. Somehow we always managed to miss a few of those.
Yeah.
You still had to hit your finger, didn't it? The tacky didn't reach out beyond your fingertips.
Jim, I didn't think Don ever missed a pass. I don't remember him missing one.
Well, you saw the change in the measurement, and the first down is there for the Tigers. So your situation is the ball's on the Effingham County 46-yard line. First down, Bradwell. And they need to put one on here in this quarter. We have plenty of time. They're not looking too bad on offense right now. Looking good. His play selection is good. 14, Stewart gets it again, and he gets a couple, maybe 3. Running against that right side of the Effingham County defensive line. What have you seen done on the big Effingham County defensive? Now, number 55, Andy Dotson. He's playing in that right guard position, and I believe that's where the ball I believe that's where Stewart ran that last
Jim,
play.
we have ran that side several times and have got a couple
last
yards.
minute pitch out by Craig Stafford. Stewart gets it. Stewart digging. He gets 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 yards. He'll be short of a first down, but he picks up very good yardage.
Good run, good determined run,
on
Jim.
a second down run. Have good timing on that. Craig threw it just as he was hit.
Craig is looking sharper tonight on the option play than I have seen him look all year. I think it's a sign of maturity on not only his part, but the team's part.
It's a 3rd and 2 situation for the Tigers. Ball is at the 38-yard line of Effingham County. Stafford calling the signals. Number 10 gives it to Stewart again, and Stewart gets across the 35-yard line. That will be enough for the first down as we look quickly to be sure there are no yellow flags on the field.
First down.
First down, Bradwell. Inside the Effingham 35-yard line. Craig Stafford has completed 35% of his passes for the year. Not a very impressive, but he is able to throw that ball. A last-minute pitch out this time. Number 33 gets good running room. Goes down near the 25-yard line.
Another step, and it would have been all she wrote. That would have been TD.
Edward Jones. Edward Jones in somewhat of a substitute role tonight, right, Don?
Bradwell substitutes 3 or 4 backs freely.
Okay, second and a short 2 for the Tigers. Moving deeper now into Effingham County territory. Stafford, give it to Stewart. Stewart trying to force his way for the first down. He's very, very close. There's a big pileup. As you'll see them on your TV screen unfold, and see if we get the signal from the official.
Jim, you mentioned...
There it is, the first down for the Bradwell Tigers.
Excuse me. You mentioned Stafford's completion percentage at 35%. That is not very indicative of what he has been throwing. He's had a tremendous amount of drop balls, a lot of catchable balls that should have been caught that weren't.
Ball is now on the Effingham County 24-yard line, where it's first down for the Tigers. Stafford going to keep it this time. Digging. He gets a yard, maybe a yard and a half, no more. He gets about the 20-yard line.
Jim, I'll start trying to pick up these Effingham defensive men. In on tackle for that play was 54, Steve Girardeau.
Certainly no problem in picking out number 55. He's
a very impressive young man, isn't he?
He's some kind of size. With that
He's a college prospect, isn't he, Don?
He is very definitely. Yep. They say he is #1 prospect in the state of Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay, Stafford got about 2.5, 3 on that play, and it's 2nd and 7 as he gives again to Stewart. Stewart doing the workhorse in the running department here so far this evening for Bradwell. Stewart gets a couple.
Slipped down on that one, didn't he?
Bring up a 3rd down situation for the Tigers. 3rd and about 4. The field scoreboard showing a 5, but that's more like 4 yards for
big play for Bradwell.
It certainly is, Don. And we'll just watch and see what they can do with it. Again to Stewart. Stewart has some room. He may or may not have it. It's going to be very close, Don. He's about the 13-yard line. And it is a Bradwell. Well, there's the end of the first quarter. Did he signify a first down, Don? I don't think so.
Jim, I believe it's short by about 6 inches, it looks like from here.
As he was attempting to give the signal on whether it made the down or not, the first quarter ended. So you score at the end of the first quarter. Effingham County 7, Bradwell nothing.
I think the Bradwell coaches have a very big decision here, Jim, whether to try for the field goal, which it looks like they're going to do, or go for the yard, little less than a yard that they need for the first down.
What would you do, Don?
I believe at this stage of the game, I believe I would go for the yardage.
I think I would,
believe
too.
I would call on my big horse, John Stewart.
Well, Stafford has taken advantage of that timeout to come over and talk with Coach Johnson. You see him going back into the huddle now. And we'll know momentarily what decision was made. The field goal kicker is not. It was a first down, by the way, so we've got a very good opportunity to put this ball in at least for 3 points. But with first down, 1st and 10, the ball at about the 13-yard line. Stafford sweeping wide to his left. Still on his feet. Gonna run, and he's down near the 10-yard line and forced out of bounds. Thought he had it for a moment there, Don.
That was a very good defensive play by Mark Gadaswiski.
What? What is his number,
Did you
Don?
pronounce that correctly, Don?
I did the best I could.
A pickup of 4 yards on the play. 2nd and 6. And the Tigers will be able to make a first down without the touchdown if that is necessary. The yard down marker about 2 yards shy of the goal line. And here we go on 2nd and 6. Stafford gives it to Stewart. Stewart gets a yard, maybe 2.
There doesn't seem to be much room in the middle of that line. Going's going to get tough down. I believe that I would try it wide a couple of times.
Stewart got almost 2 on that carry, Don, so
2 good, tough yards, wasn't it?
We're definitely in field goal range. And we have an excellent little field goal kicker.
We have a good field goal kicker, Jim, but I just think that this offense needs a touchdown at this point of the game.
Okay, 3rd and a short 4 yards for the first down. Stafford pitches it, this time to number 33, and he is hit immediately at the line of scrimmage, maybe a half-yard gain on the play. Edward Jones carrying the ball, and
number 40.
Here we come, Don Hale. Don Hale is winning the game.
Eric Ansel made a very good defensive play on that for Effingham.
Number 7, 150-pound junior, Don Hale, will attempt the field goal for Bradwell.
What is it, Jim, about a 20?
Well, the ball will be spotted on the 15.
So it'll be a 25-yard attempt on him.
It'll be a 25 to 27 yet. It looks very good here. Let's see. It is good. Don Hale. A 25-yard field goal attempt. It's now Effingham County 7 and Bradwell 3.
Jimmy, it would have been nice if we could have drove that one in, but however, we didn't come up empty-handed.
Now this, very early in the football game, and you want to be sure you get something out of it. I mean, the smart thing to do then was to go for the field goal. With Don Cook kicking the way he does,
right
from that distance, almost a certainty, and a lot of time to play in this football game. Number 84 back to kick for Bradwell, Rusty Pace. I'll check that. Number 34, Rodney LeCount will be doing the kicking for the Bradwell Tigers. Effingham County has Roger Scott back deep, and he's going to take the ball at about the 5-yard line. Back to the 10, 15, across the 20, still on his feet. Big pile up over about the 25, 28-yard line. As you see the defensive unit now coming on for the Bradwell Tigers. The ball spotted at the Effingham 29. As we're moving in with 10 minutes remaining in the first half of play, 7-3 Effingham over Bradwell. Man in motion to the right for Effingham County. Play goes left. Gets a yard or two, maybe 3. Finally tackled over by number 32 for Bradwell, and we don't show him listed as they switched the jersey on us, Don.
Jim, the initial tackle.
That was Bobby Anderson making part of the initial tackle on that.
Number 80 and 74, which is Bobby Anderson. Number 80 is Quentin Johnson. Quentin has been out with an injury most of the year. Glad to see him back.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6 for Effingham. On the throw this time, and it's little low, goes incomplete, hits the ground. Good coverage on it, but the intended receiver was not able to hold on. Roger Scott, 180-pound senior for Effingham. Ball thrown a little low to him, and he touched it, but it was already on the ground.
Not a very good pass at all. He was behind him, and he just couldn't make the catch.
Don, I believe the Bradwell defense can stop this offense tonight.
Bobby, I'm like you. I've been sitting here wondering when we were going to put together a whole series here.
Gault, the quarterback, gets it into the line again, and it goes for maybe a yard game, no more than that.
Because, you know, so far in the game, Don, the Effingham hadn't been able to run on Bradwell. They've been picking up yardage in the air.
If you'll take away a couple of plays, Bobby, they have been stalled altogether.
Well, that's right.
The defense.
So it's going to bring up a 4th down situation, but I don't see anybody in punt formation for Effingham. Now they switch into it, trying to fool the defense. Bradwell has deep men at the 35. Twin safeties back at the 35-yard line to take this kick. There's the boot. It's a short one. It goes high, but not long. Hits on the 35, and it's going to roll down about the 32 or 33-yard line. And that's where the Tigers of Bradwell will take over. First down at their own 33-yard line.
Don, they need to get 7 here now and not 3. Let's make it 10-7.
Bobby, we've got 8 minutes and 36 seconds left, and we can put together a good long drive and take it in, and we'll be in good shape.
That field goal drive was not unimpressive at all. I mean, it was a very good-looking drive. They moved the ball on a mixture of plays. Let's see what Craig
just joined us here in the broadcast.
See what Craig's going to do this time. He's sweeping to his left, wanted to throw, cutting, and he's going to have to eat it. He's going to have to get right back short of the line of scrimmage, actually, and piled on by a number of Effingham County players.
Jim, I think that's another sign of maturity in Craig Stafford. Him being able to eat the ball. In a couple of games, he ran back and lost a lot of yardage instead of trying to eat the ball and going down where he was at. And he's showing a lot of maturity as he goes along.
Okay, a loss of about a yard on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Stafford slips this time. He had the cut made, Don, and the opening was there. but he actually, no, it was not even touched, so he finally went down, made a little too quick of a cut and lost his footing, and that's a tough break for
He definitely didn't have his feet under him. He was stopped by big Mike Moody, number 56.
So it'll be 3rd and 9 coming up for the Tigers.
I would think that Effingham would be looking for a pass play this time.
All at the 34-yard line. Craig Stafford is looking, wants to throw, incomplete. Right down the middle, intended for John Stewart. Stewart was far beyond where the ball hit the ground, so the Tigers are going to have to kick it out of there.
Don, look who was back there in the backfield. Big 275-pound number 55.
Bobby, he's tough.
He's quick, too.
How would you have liked to have lined up against number 55?
No, thank you.
You didn't have no sizes, did you?
We had a few, but they weren't that quick.
Craig Stafford back to kick. Gets the snap. Boots off. Nice kick. Called fair catch, called for it. At the 37-yard line is where he's down. It's where Effingham County will put it in play on their own 37-yard line. 6 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first half, with Effingham on top 7-3. Well, I guess we're working with that field camera now, right, Don? I didn't, Bobby? Okay, action now. Effingham County with the ball. First down. Big number 34 gets it, and he finds running room. He gets to near the 45-yard line before he's stopped.
Jim, that was a simple little draw play. He just stood there, and the quarterback faked to him and then stuck it back in.
It's a 200-pound fullback, Stanley McDonald. He's a senior for Effingham County. Short of the first down. It's going to be 2nd and 2 yards. 2nd and 2 for.
In on the tackle for Bradwell were Marvin Roberts and Larry Perry.
The ball now on the Effingham 45-yard line. 2nd down, 2 yards for the first down. Handoff this time goes to the left side of the line, and I don't know. I don't think there's any gain on that play at all.
Like I said, Don, they're having a difficult time running against Bradwell.
That's going to be, he did get some yardage, Don. He got a couple, and he got enough for the first down. I thought he was going to be hit a little short of that.
Wasn't he?
He was driven back about 5 yards.
That forward progress, that initial progress went to that point, and then he was pushed back. First down, Effingham County. And there's movement too fast in the line. Yellow flags.
Looked like the right side of the Effingham County offensive line moved. That's what it was.
Illegal motion on the part of the Rebels. That'll cost them 5 yards. Back to the 40, about the 43-yard line. So it's 1st and 15 now for Effingham County. Clock ticking off, 5:46 remaining in the first half. Quarterback this time hands it into the line, and it's going to go nowhere. He finally just keeping it. He faked the handoff, and a swarm of blue and gold jerseys all over him.
Jim, that was very good defensive play by the Bradwell line. The quarterback had absolutely nowhere to go.
I saw Rusty Pace coming out of that pile, and we have an Effingham County man down on the field. There were about actually 4 assists on that.
Jim, while we got a break, let me name some more of our sponsors here of the game tonight. H&H TV, the Patriot newspaper, L.M. Berry Yellow Pages, video station, VIP Printing, Century 21 Action Realty, the Coastal.
He found time to play a little bit of golf.
A little bit.
And Effingham County is sending Mike Wallace as a reserve quarterback. He's a 150-pound junior. Number 6, Mike Wallace, now at quarterback for Effingham County. 2nd down, long yardage for the Rebels. Handoff, number 34 gets it for Effingham County, and he finds some running room. That's Stanley McDonald, the fullback. Big man, 200 pounds, gets to midfield.
Jim, what they're doing is they're having a delay. He's just standing there and spinning off a guard.
Did you hear some of that? No, they were almost ready to move the chains. That only got them back to the. That only got the yardage back that they'd lost on the penalty.
So he picked up about 8 yards.
It's third and some 7 or 8 yards for the first down. The ball directly at midfield. Third and 8 for Rebels at the midfield stripe. Pass complete out to the flats. Still on its feet. We'll get that runner for you for Effingham County. And he goes down across the 45, right near the 40-yard line. And that should be enough for the first down. But is that a penalty marker, Don, across all the way directly across the field?
The flag is down, Jim. I don't know if it's a marker for the ball or a penalty flag. I'm not sure.
It's awfully hard to see on the monitor from there when it's completely across the field, but there is a penalty marker down, or as Don said, it possibly could have been the official's flag thrown to mark the spot of the ball. No, it's a penalty against Bradwell, and it's a big one. It is a big one, 15 yards.
Don, it looks like the injured quarterback,
that's going to move
Anthony Walker, is up on the sidelines over there. And seems to be all right.
That's going to give Effingham County a first down at the 26-yard line.
I feel like he had the wind knocked out, and maybe some bruised rib.
Okay, a big break for the Rebels.
Sure is.
And that big fullback again running with that ball, and he gets down near the 20. A 5 or 6 yard gain on that play, Bobby, and he's down near the 20-yard line. Yeah. Gain of 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Effingham's on the march again, Jim.
Got 3.5 minutes left in the first half. It's a 7-3 ball game. Man in motion to wide right for Effingham County. Give is to the left end coming around, and he hits a stone wall right in the middle of that Bradwell line.
Number 76.
Rodney King, or the running backs, carrying that ball.
Rusty Pace.
So there's no gain on that at all. That's 3rd down and 5 coming up for
number 76 with Steve Spence.
Mike Wallace, number 6, is the new quarterback in for Effingham County. Replaced Robbie Gault, who was injured. Again, they try the line, and this time they get yards, 2, 3, maybe 4. That could be very close to the first down as the ball goes down near the 15-yard line. Maybe inside the 15. And it is first down for Effingham County.
Jim, with 2:50 left in the half, Bradwell defense really needs to buckle down and hold this drive. We mentioned a while ago going out with a 10-7 lead. I'm sure Bradwell would settle for a 7-3 deficit right now.
Hey, an interception coming up. Bradwell interception, number 43, and where we go downfield. And we'll be back with more action after this visit.
Coastal Housing invites you to
County, and it puts life in Craig. He options on the run this time, goes out of bounds at about the 25 or 26-yard line. Well, Don, that was very exciting. Good defensive play by Bradwell.
Jim, it was a very good play, and not only a good play, but a very timely play. Had they scored, it would have been a different ball game for Bradwell to come back out in the second half.
Calvin Barrett, certainly the hero so far in this game for the Bradwell Tigers, with that fine interception and a very fine run back.
Very fine.
Okay, it's 2nd down and 3 for the Tigers. Stafford throwing, incomplete. That was intended for Johnny Holmes, a wide receiver. down near the 15-yard line, but it goes incomplete.
Jim, that was not a good pass at all. Looked like he rushed it a little bit. I'm sure it's a timing type play, but Craig just got the ball way out ahead of him.
Okay, a 3rd and 3 situation for the Tigers. And then the 26-yard line. Stafford drifting back. Has a man down there. Has a man open. Touchdown, Bradwell. Touchdown, Bradwell. Stafford complete. Complete to Reggie Abbott, a wide receiver in the end zone for the Bradwell touchdown. And pandemonium breaks loose as the Bradwell Tigers have taken the lead here late in the first half. A 9-7 ball game with Don Hale in to attempt the extra point. Hale's kick is up, and it's wide to the left, I believe, Don.
Jim, I think it was good.
Well, the indication...
They just haven't made an indication yet. The ball went through the uprights.
There's some call on it. The officials are discussing the situation with Effingham County, big number 55. And we'll know in just a moment what the decision is going to be. Bradwell going ahead 9-7 on that very beautiful. What was the distance on that pass? We were about the 26-yard line, right?
26-yard pass, Jim. This should make quite a difference in the attitude of the Bradwell players when they come back for the second half.
Okay, there was some misunderstanding, some movement in there, so Bradwell's going to attempt it again as Don Hale going to go for 2, and it's overthrown. Well, that was an attempt for 2 points rather than kick it. They attempted to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Goes over the head of the intended receiver. So the score remains Bradwell 9, Effingham 7. And your kicking team comes on the field for the Bradwell Tigers. Still a lot of time left in this first half, Don.
Yeah, Jim, the defense is going to have to play some ball. We aren't out of the woods yet, so we've got to knuckle down and hold them.
Okay, Bradwell getting the ball placed on the tee at the 40-yard line. Rodney LeCount, number 34, ready to boot it, and he wants it to go deep. And the big Effingham County fullback takes it at the 10, gets it up to about the 20 or near the 20-yard line before he is really bumped in there, Don. We're going to get that tackler for you when we...
32 was the man that made the tackle, Jim, but he's not listed on the program.
Uniform on our program, Don. I don't know just who it is. The ball is at the 24-yard line, where it's first down for Effingham County. Well, check me on that. I believe that's a 20-yard line, and we are getting into that confusion again on down here, Bobby. Attempted pass by Effingham County, juggled around and then incomplete. Goes out of bounds, incomplete. He almost had it. He may have stepped out of bounds and he come down with it, but he gave it the effort. It was thrown a little high.
The ball was a little behind him, and he had trouble when he juggled around. I believe he stepped out, dropped it. Jim, as we were talking about a while ago, the quarterback getting hurt for Effingham County, the quarterback getting hurt. They had a substitute come in. It has hurt them. He's the one that threw the interception.
Effingham County had a man wide right that time. They didn't use him. They tried the running play that went on the right side of the Bradwell defensive line and picked up 3, possibly 4 yards. Brings up a 3rd down and 4. Clock winding down to 1 minute remaining in the first half. Bradwell on top now, 9-7. Time for about 2, maybe 3 more plays, depending on the pad. And again, Effingham County runs it, goes into the line with it. They may be. It's enough of the first down, and that's what they were trying to pick up. So I'm going to guess that you're going to see some throwing now, Don.
Well, Jim, I would certainly think they would throw the ball, but they might not have a lot of confidence in their new quarterback.
Well, that's true. We have to. I'd almost forgotten that we are dealing with a substitute quarterback for Effingham County with Robbie Gault. Undoubtedly will not. But as Bobby told you earlier, you've seen him up walking around.
Yeah,
on
but
the
it makes
sideline.
me think now, Don, that it must have been more than the breath knocked out of him. He hadn't come back in yet.
So Mike Wallace continues to be the quarterback for the Rebels.
Jim, another unusual situation. You would think that Bradwell would want the clock to run out, but they were the one that called timeout. I definitely think that they want to run this clock out.
Well, I'm going to predict that he'll be throwing when they come out with this remaining 45 seconds in the first half. That Effingham County is certainly going to be putting that ball in the air, and when it goes up, it's anybody's ball.
Anybody's ball, and I'm thinking that that's what Effingham's thinking. They're going to run this clock down, try to get the quarterback back in the ball game.
And just go into the dressing room with that 2-point deficit.
You were right, Jim.
You're right.
Oh, and he throws it to big number 33, and he has some running room forced out of bounds at
Calvin Barrett again.
At about the 47-yard line.
Calvin Barrett was the man that made the saving tackle, Jim.
Roger Scott. Barrett made the stop. Scott was a receiver. And Roger Scott put Effingham County in pretty good position with 34 seconds remaining in the first half. The ball is on the 40-yard line. The Bradwell 40. First down for the Rebels. Man in motion to the left, number 28. He's the man, the receiver, and he's hit immediately as he catches the ball across the 40 at about the 38-yard line. So there'll be a gain of about 2 yards on the play, and he was hit, Don.
Jim, that's mystery man number 32 again. We'll try to find out who that is at half and let our viewers know.
That will happen quite often. Jersey will get torn or something early practice before the game starts, and the program's printed 4 or 5 days beforehand, and they have to switch jerseys, and it doesn't get into the program.
Don, in the old days of high school
football.
Timeout
just a moment. There's timeout on the field. I wanted to be sure they didn't think action was going on.
I won't name the town, but there used to be a high school in this region that would, talking about number 32, they'd bring in some mystery people who had graduated 2 or 3 years ago, and they showed up on the field on Friday nights.
Right, Bobby. That happened quite a lot back in the olden days, as you're so fond of saying.
Yeah, y'all pulling skeletons out of it.
It's not that long ago, really.
Now, of course, we never did anything like that.
No, back in the 50s, or late 50s.
Very, very late 50s.
Time is still out on the field. I think that was a Bradwell timeout. There might have been an equipment adjustment or slightly injured Bradwell player. Effingham has a 2nd and 7 at the Bradwell 38-yard line. Number 28 again. That's the man who caught the pass last time. He's out in motion to the left, but this time the pass comes right, has an open man, number 99. It's complete near the 10-yard line. Bradwell's number 11, Raymond Gross. Raymond Gross was out there to defend. He was able to force the receiver out of bounds. That was left in. Michael Johnson making that reception to Effingham, and they're definitely in business at the Bradwell 10-yard line. The ball is dropped by the quarterback, picked up by the fullback, and he gets right back to the line of scrimmage. That's Stanley McDonald, big 200-pound fullback for Effingham County, picked up that fumbled ball and actually advanced it a couple of yards back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, I'm more impressed with the second-string quarterbacks passing than I am the starting quarterback so far.
He hasn't hurt him at all, has he, Bobby?
Sure hasn't.
And again, Coach Mistovich has come on the field. Bradwell again has called timeout. Don, that would indicate some type of equipment.
It would either indicate an equipment breakdown, Jim, or a communication breakdown, and they are trying to straighten up a defensive problem that is showing.
Well, Effingham County is at the Bradwell 10. They have 15 seconds. It's a second, and I believe the marker is just short of the goal line, is it, Don? Can you see that corner over? I know I have a camera, wouldn't be able to get that.
Yeah, Jim, the marker is about the 10.5-yard line.
No, I mean the extended end of the chain. Is that
it's about a half a yard goal line.
So it's not second and goal, it's second and 10. But the goal is just a few inches away. They
can pick up a first down.
15 seconds to do all of this for Effingham County as they're trailing as Bradwell leads 9-7. 15 seconds remaining in the first half. Again, they send the man in motion, number 28 for Effingham County. A little substitute quarterback in the end zone, and it's a touchdown complete in the end zone.
He looked like he was out
for Effingham County. I was hesitating there. I thought they might be out of bounds.
It was very close, but he was very wide open, too. Somebody missed the assignment there. Jim, I apologize for questioning the passing efficiency of this quarterback.
Well, I'm sorry I mentioned it. I mean, I hope maybe you heard me.
I think number 17's lost his starting job myself.
I'm sorry that I said anything about passing. 13-9 ball game now as Effingham County attempts the extra point conversion. And I'm afraid Bradwell might have jumped off, or were they drawn off, Don? There's a penalty marker down.
The danger of that, Jim, is you bring up a 2-point situation. They brought a new team in. I believe they're going to go for 2 points.
That's a decision they'll have to make now as they do move closer to the goal line after the penalty. And again, has Bradwell called timeout again? I saw his number.
I certainly hope not. I don't believe Bradwell is taking a timeout at this stage of the game.
Okay, the Rebels deciding what they're going to do.
I believe they took a kicker out, Jim.
He's going back out, and they're going to try for a 2-point conversion. And again, Bradwell moved on. Well, they're going to push it in for him if they move another time. Now, a lot of times that offensive line can draw you off. That may have happened in this situation. We'll have to wait and see if they mark off more yardage.
Jim, another thing that could be happening is a new quarterback, these cadence could be different, and it could have thrown them off too.
Okay, so your ball now is spotted at near the 1-yard line, just nearly on the goal line. Very good opportunity for a conversion of 2 points. Quarterback hands it, and I don't believe it did not go. So the play was attempting to move on that left side, the Bradwell the defensive right side, but
Jim, that was a very good move on Effingham County's part to go for 2 points. You look at the score, it's 13-9. A field goal cannot whip them. It will take a touchdown, and if they had got the 2 points, it would have given them an opportunity to go for a field goal where a touchdown could not have whipped them.
Well, we have 11 seconds remaining in the half. Enough time for the kick. Maybe a couple of plays from offense for the Tigers.
Be a good time for a run back, wouldn't it?
All the way.
All the way.
Well, John Stewart is a deep man for Bradwell. Raymond Grossback with him. And they're not going to allow any attempt to run back on a high kick ball. Number 33 gets the ball for Bradwell. Edward Jones, one of the short deep men, and runs it back to about the 33-yard line. This is a short return as he picked up the ball actually on the ground. That's Effingham, of course, not wanting to put that ball high to eliminate that long run back.
Bradwell's content to let the clock run out.
And that's exactly what they've just done. Bradwell has not elected to go for another play. The first half has come to an end, and the score at halftime, Effingham County 13, Bradwell 9, and we'll be back after these messages. Bradwell Institute. Bradwell will be kicking to Effingham County to open the second half. And right now, let's make an equipment adjustment. Okay, hopefully we're back. Okay, the Bradwell Tigers will be kicking to Effingham County to open the second half. I'm not getting anything. Do some talking.
All right, Don. Ready for the second half kickoff now.
Bobby, he kicks it long and far.
He got hit hard, too.
Okay, Effingham County's ball at the opening kickoff, and again the big fullback gets it, and he is quite a runner. Stanley McDonald getting the ball, bringing it up to a 2nd and 4 situation.
He has really been a problem for the Bradwell defense thus far in the ball game. We haven't solved how to stop him yet.
We're experiencing a slight technical equipment problem here, but we're working on it right now. It's 2nd down for Effingham County. Play comes over the right side of the Bradwell line. Gets a very short yardage, maybe 1, no more than that. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Big James Latimer and Marvin Roberts were in on a tackle for Bradwell.
A 3rd and 4 situation for the Rebels of Effingham County, leading in this ball game 13-9 as we get underway in the second half. The ball is about the 31-yard line is where the play is taking place, and the pile-up right in the middle, right at the line of scrimmage, and it seems to go nowhere. And Effingham County is going to come up with a 4th and about 4 yards to go. A kicking situation for the Rebels. Back deep for Bradwell is Stewart. Gets the kickoff. It's a nice one. And it goes to number 33. Well, it's a toot. Takes it about the 35 and drifts back to about 38, drifts back to the 35, and is forced out of bounds at about that point. Edward Jones taking the kickoff, or rather the punt from Effingham County. So quickly here in the first half, as we are getting ourselves all straight here now, I hope with microphones, that Effingham County took the opening kickoff, was unable to move it, and then has punted now to Bradwell, and the Tigers have a first down at their own 37-yard line. Early in the first quarter, 13-9 is your score, the same as at halftime. Effingham County leading. Craig Stafford keeps, comes to his left, still on his feet, trying to work his way up to near the 35, 40-yard line, and he gets to the 40 before he's finally stopped. A lot of running by Craig that time, Don, but he actually only gained about 3.5 yards.
Jim, it's what I would describe as a very determined run. Like you say, he ran a long ways, but he did pick up 3.5, 4 yards on the play.
Okay, the ball spotted exactly on the 40-yard line, the Bradwell 40. 2nd down and 7 for the Tigers. Stafford pitching out the last moment to Stewart. Stewart has running room on his feet across the 50 to about the 49-yard line is where he falls forward to near the 49, but the official is going to take that yard away from him and bring it back and put it directly on the midfield marker.
Jim, I'm back now. We had a little difficulty with my microphone. I think Don stepped on it at halftime.
You know, I don't think either of us have the original mics we started with. We switched. So many
I
switches.
got,
As
cable
long as
line
they're
all
working,
around.
that's what matters. As long as Bradwell keeps working, maybe they'll get that ball in at the 50-yard line with the first down, or the Tigers. Give to Stewart in the middle. Stewart gets running room, gets across the 45 to near the 40, about the 43.
Jim, this young man, Stewart, is very impressive. He is only a sophomore. He weighs around 200 pounds, about 6'2", and he's very definitely a college prospect.
Well, he's certainly been the workhorse here tonight in carrying the ball. I wouldn't even attempt to guess the number of times he has carried, but it would be
He's picked up
many.
some tough yardage, hasn't he?
We were not able to get any individual stats for the first half, but they are not kept, the statistician for Bradwell. So what we gave you were the team. Craig Stafford almost in a little trouble back there, but he gets his pass away, and it's in the hands and out, down near the 15-yard line. In and out of the hands of Rodney LeCount.
The tight end, Jim.
A little difficult catch. It was a little low on him, but...
A little low, but he could have made the catch, possibly.
So a third down coming up for the Tigers. The ball is at the 43-yard line. The Effingham County 43. Bradwell 3rd and 3. Stafford gives it out to LeCount. He can't go. He's going to be hit. A loss of some 2 or 3 yards on the play. David Sara, defensive end, making the stop.
Jim, I believe that was Eric Jones.
Edward Jones was the ball carrier. Edward Jones carrying, and he was stopped by David Sara of Effingham County. A loss on the play of about 3 yards. It's a 4th and 6. Stafford gets the kick away, a high one, and it's going to roll dead near the goal line if it doesn't go in. And I believe they were able to down it right at the goal line.
Jim.
We're still looking. Number 32 for Bradwell. The unknown jersey number was able to down that ball right on the goal line. So a nice kick, a kicker's roll. The kicking team got the break on the roll, and Effingham County will have to put it from play in their own end zone.
If Bradwell's defense can hold, we would be in good position to come out and score. We're in very good position for a possible safety.
Well, you see that Mike Wallace, the reserve quarterback, is still in for Effingham County, number 6. Trying to get some running room there. They give it right into the center of the line. It goes for a yard or maybe a short 2-yard gain on the play. Here's attempting now Don to get a little running room in there, just trying to punch it right in that center.
To do, Jim. Just try to punch it over the center and hold the ball and handle it as safely as possible.
So Robert Gault still not able to appear in the ball game. Penalty markers go flying before the snap can be made.
Looks a big number 77 on Effingham jumped off sides. I believe he's a right tackle.
Bradwell substituting, number 76, Rodney Gross, coming out of the game with a slight limp. 2nd and 8 for the Rebels of Effingham County. Running wide with it this time, the big fullback, and he finds some running room on the far sideline and is forced out of bounds. Making the initial hit over there was Calvin Barrett for Bradwell. Pickup of 7 or maybe a short 8. It'll be a 3rd and 3, the scoreboard shows, so we'll go along with that. 3rd and 3 for Effingham, still deep in their own territory.
The big play for the Bradwell defense.
This is where they really need to hold now, right at the 10-yard line.
Oh, me.
And that's a bad break there as Effingham drew them off, or Bradwell jumped off too quickly. A little over anxious there to make that tackle. So he gives the Rebels a break by picking up the 5-yard penalty, which will give them the first down. And moves the ball out to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10. Effingham on their own 15. Again to that big 200-pound fullback, number 33, and he's met head on there by number 45 for Bradwell, Larry Perry, linebacker. About a yard gain on the play, 2nd and 9. Again, the give is to the fullback. Moving to his left to the far side of the field and is right near the outbound sideline. But he picks up some 2.5 to 3 yards. Bring up a 3rd and 4. Okay, good. We'll go along with the field clock. 3rd and 5 for the Rebels. Man wide to the right for the Rebels. And the fullback comes to the right. Gets the pass, complete. Flat out to the side. He's hit hard at about the 35-yard line and forced out of bounds. That receiver was Roger Scott, one of the running backs for Effingham County, picking up the first down.
He was driven out of bounds by number 43, Calvin Barrett.
Okay, first down, Effingham. 4:16 left in the 3rd quarter. Again this time, given to the big number 34, and he's a horse, Don.
He is definitely giving that Bradwell line a lot of trouble.
Stanley McDonald, 200-pound fullback. Number 34, as you see him going back to the line of scrimmage. Ball now at the 44-yard line of Effingham. Another first down for the Rebels. Quarterback is still Mike Wallace, the substitute. Penalty marker down on this play as it gets no yardage.
Larry Perry was the man on the play.
Bradwell, rather Effingham attempting to sweep it wide to the left. Well, that's going to be another one that hurts, Don, a big one.
A lot of times when you're making a tackle like that and tackling high, you're going to reach around and touch that face mask.
And all it takes is just the slightest touch.
That's right. But this was a 15-yarder. Must be a fragrant.
Back when Don played, it was so long ago, they didn't have face masks. They didn't have a penalty for it.
That's true. That's why I'm missing some of my teeth and part of my nose.
Okay, that is a bad break for the Tigers. A big break for Effingham County. Gives them a first down as they move to the Bradwell 42-yard line. Play into the center of this line this time, and it's going to get no yardage. That's tough yard gaining territory right in that middle.
Tyrone James, number 81, was a Bradwell player on defense making the tackle.
Well, the scoreboard operator gave them 1 yard, but the downs marker gives them no gain on the play, so we're going to call it 2nd and 10 and go with the chains. He just barely got back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 for Effingham County. Quarterback, left-hand throw, pitches out again to a big fullback. I see the 34-33, Don, which is...
Jim, I can't pick it up.
I don't believe that's the fullback on those receptions on that wide out.
I believe it was number 33.
To put you straight is Marion Hill, number 28, a running back.
I believe you're right.
He got yardage. He picked up, some 4 yards.
Jim.
3rd and 6.
Really, they have hurt us more on that particular play than any play that they have run. They haven't hurt us up the middle that much. It's that little swing
They
pass.
were either sending a man out from the scrimmage or letting him cross out, come back behind the quarterback. And the 33 is going to do the throw this time. It is complete.
Wide open.
At the 10, and he's down inside the 5 near the 3-yard line. Number 83 receiving that for Effingham County, Billy Ron, a tight end. And the pass was made by Roger Scott, one of the running backs, who took the pitch up from the quarterback and then completed it down at the 10. He was able to get down about the 2, possibly 3-yard line is where he's finally brought down, and it means that Effingham County has it at the Bradwell 3, 1st and goal. Effingham still going with number 6 at quarterback, Mike Wallace. He's keeping this time, cutting back, trying to get in the corner, and he does, untouched. He was pursued that time by Marvin Roberts, but Roberts unable to catch up with him. So on the quarterback keep, Mike Wallace, number 6, goes in for the Effingham touchdown, making it a 19-9 ball game.
Jim, I can't help but sit here and look at that clock. I keep glancing at it. I'm very nervous about the time that's gone by, and we don't have all that much time to come back.
They took a lot of time on that series of downs, Don.
They controlled the ball, Bobby.
Sure did.
Attempt for extra point. Mark Caldwell will kick for Effingham, number 4. It's up, and it's no good. Off to the right, the official indicates. So you score with 2:17 remaining in the third quarter. Effingham County Rebels 19, the Bradwell Tigers 9. We'll be back in just a moment. One kicking off after the touchdown, Chuck Carter, and he kicks it to John Stewart at the 5-yard line, and John Stewart, number 14 for Bradwell, making a beautiful run back to the 32-yard line. As where Bradwell now puts it in play, 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. We'll check that, the 37-yard line. That's, again, the marker's got us. 37-yard line. Stafford with the ball. Wants to throw. Has a man down there.
Ooh.
Incomplete. Batted down. Defensive move there by Effingham County's number 2. Was Mike.
There's that name again, Jim.
Godomsky. I got it. Mike G-A-D-O-M-S-K-I.
Waiting for someone else to come
He's a
up with
defensive back, a 140-pound senior.
Made a good play on the
Pass incomplete.
Pass.
2nd and 10 for the Tigers.
I don't know why y'all can't pronounce that.
At the 36-yard line is where we finally spot it, where we got enough room to see it. Next ball game, we're going to have line markers done. Stafford again wanted to throw. Oh,
hits him
goodness.
in the worst place, Jim. He hits him in the hand.
He hits him, and Rodney LeCount was there. The ball was there, but they could not. That's where that Stickum stuff would have come in handy,
Yeah,
Bobby.
sure would. Tacky finger.
We're going to have to go out and find some of that.
That would have been very close to the first down.
Unfortunately, it's illegal now.
Brings up a 3rd and 10 for the Tigers. Working from their own 36-yard line. Number 10, Craig Stafford. It's going to throw again. And Kent spot his man, keeps the ball, runs out of bounds after about a 4 or 5 yard run, but short of the first down by some 4 yards. That's going to bring up a 4th down kicking situation for the Tigers. 1 minute and 34 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Jimmy was looking for his receivers, but they were pretty well covered downfield, so he did what he had to do. He ran with the ball.
So Stafford back to kick for Bradwell. It's a snap. And there's the boot.
Hey!
Fair catch might have been signaled for, but the ball was dropped. Let's see what will
There was no
happen
signal
on
for
that.
a fair catch,
I
Jim.
don't know whether he signaled for it or not, but the ball hit him in the chest.
That
and
could have
bounded
been
out, but it was recovered by Effingham.
It could have been a very big break for Bradwell had they recovered it.
Actually was a fumble, but one of his own men was there to recover for him. So it goes as a good kick by Craig Stafford. No return on the punt. And the ball is spotted What is that, Bob? At the 20 or 25?
Jim, I really can't tell. I hope we're
At the 25-yard line. And that is where Effingham County will put it in play.
Those yard markers are almost invisible from up here.
Yeah, it's on the, we've already counted it both ways, from the 50 down and from the 5 up.
Yeah.
At the 25-yard line, or maybe the 24. First down for Effingham. Quarterback, give it to big number 26 this time, and he finds some running room on the far side. It goes out of bounds in front of the Effingham County bench after picking up about 12 to 13 yards.
Well, Don, here's the problem again. Effingham County has had the ball just about the entire third quarter. Bradwell got it, had it for about a minute, and now Effingham's marching again, playing ball control.
Bobby, they seem to have found a spot on our right side line where they can run the ends, and that's the way they have been controlling the ball.
See Coach Johnson down on the sidelines on your screen, surveying the situation. That was Hill carrying for Effingham on the last one, about a 13-yard gain, giving them a first down. And again, big number 34 busts through. He's 200-pound fullback, and he can carry the ball. Stanley McDonald.
He's really punishing our Bradwell defense now.
A gain of some 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Rebels. They've crossed their own 45. The ball is spotted at the 46-yard line. 2nd and 2 at that point for Effingham County. Give it in the middle of the line this time, and I don't believe he made the 2 yards he needed for the first down.
Jim, I don't believe he did either.
It's going to be very, very close. I don't
think it's that close, really.
Really, right back to the line of scrimmage. He needed 2 yards. It was 2nd and 2, and it's going to remain 2 yards, but it'll be 3rd down. 3rd and a short 2 yards. The ball is spotted about the 47-yard line. And before the play can get off, the end of the first or the third quarter, with your score at the end of 3 quarters of play, Effingham County 19, Bradwell 9.
Well, Don, you know, we're talking about ball control. I remember Hokey Jackson, who coached many successful Bradwell teams, he used to say, give me 3 or 4 yards every time, and I'll win the ball game.
4 yards and a cloud of dust.
That's right.
Yeah. He won a lot of ball games with that strategy.
Yeah, he did. He was a fine coach.
He sure was, as is our own Clifford Johnson.
That's right.
Coach Johnson has turned out a lot of fine teams while at Bradwell.
He sure has.
Okay, we move now into the 4th and final quarter. 12 more minutes of football. Effingham County leading 19-9, and the Rebels have the football.
Oh, they had him, Jim.
Almost, Don. But he let it get away for about a 3-yard gain on that play, and they had him stopped.
That would have been a very big defensive play for Bradwell. We're going to have to make a stand right here if we're going to stay in this ball game.
First down and 1st and 10 for Effingham. Give this time to number 7. We haven't seen him carry Leonard Kirkland. We haven't seen him run with the ball tonight, I don't believe. If we have, it's been very, very few times. Number 7. His name is Leonard Kirkland, 140-pound junior, and he picks up another Effingham County first down.
I don't know where he came from, but I wish he'd have stayed away on the bench.
Don, I'll tell you, that big Effingham County line's really opening up the hole.
They sure are. They have good size, Bobby. They're a good bit bigger than us, it appears from here.
Okay, to the quarterback, number 6, gives it this time number 33, and he's not going anywhere. He will go anywhere thanks to Perry. Larry Perry read that one just right, Don. He came over.
Larry has been all over the field tonight, Jim. He's made a lot of tackles. I've had my eye on him, and he's
Roger Stott carrying for Effingham County, but Perry had it read and followed him right along, just down the line of scrimmage, and
About a 2-yard loss on that play.
2nd and 12 for the Rebels. The ball is at the Bradwell 40-yard line. Wallace this time hands off to number 28 this time, who has carried the ball considerable number of times. Marion Hill. Hill picks up about 2. Actually, he picked his 2 up. He had lost back. He picked up about 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 8. There's that option pass again, and it's thrown down complete to number 83 at about the 10-yard line. And he's hit there by number 74 for Bradwell at that point. Bobby Anderson.
Flag on play, Jim.
Penalty marker down back at the point at the line of scrimmage, so this could be called back. We'll see what the indication the officials give. Don, did you see the infraction?
Jim, I didn't see the infraction. It must have happened after the play was had moved downfield.
But it's going to be against Effingham County. That's that was the pass, the option there, or the pitch back to number 33.
Jim,
Roger Scott, who threw one of the touchdown passes earlier.
Actually, the coverage was good. We hit him just as he made the pass, but the man was so wide open, he threw it in the air, and the man was able to catch it. That was a big penalty against Effingham County.
It's a holding penalty against Effingham County. It's going to move the ball back to the Effingham County 48-yard line, or make that the 47-yard line.
Bobby, maybe we can capitalize on this penalty and hold them.
We need to hold them right here, Don, and get back in this ball game in a hurry.
It is 3rd down, 23 yards to go for the first down for Effingham County. Back in their own territory now at the 47-yard line. Again, that little flat pass, it is complete. We haven't been able to contain that one all night. Complete to number 33, and he picks up a lot of yardage, but he is short of the first down. He's down across the 35 to about the 33 or 34-yard line.
But Don, Bradwell's been able to control Effingham on the ground, but the passes have killed him tonight.
Those little flat passes have really hurt us, Bobby.
It's going to bring up a 4th and 4 yards short of the first down, so that was a gain of some 18, 19 yards on the play.
We need to hold fast here.
This would be the place that they really need to dig in. Quarterback is back. Left-hander wants to throw, has a man downfield, and it goes in and out of his hands. And if there was ever one that could have been caught, that was David Sorrow, the intended receiver. A defensive end is listed on the program, and that one really went through the bucket.
Well, no, actually, number 11, I believe it's Raymond Gross. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Raymond Gross
threw a hand
right
up in his face, and he wasn't able to hold on to the.
So on a 4th down situation.
Mobile Homes, the Brantley Group, H&H TV, the Patriot Newspaper, L.M. Berry Yellow Pages, Video Station, VIP Printing, and we'll get to the rest of them in a minute.
That was David Latimer, the injured Bradwell player, but you saw him on your screen coming off under his own power, so he's going to be all right. Be back in the game a little later, and Bradwell's ready to go with 1st down, and Stafford keeps it and then pitches back, and the ball is deflected and knocked to the ground, and a big pile-up. Let's see if we recovered. I think the Bradwell man was there. I believe Stewart.
Big John Stewart fell on the ball.
Stewart was the intended. The pitch back was intended for Stewart. He was able to fall on his own fumble. That ball was deflected by a defensive man just a little.
Just as he started to pitch, he got his hand on the ball.
A loss of 2 yards for the Tigers on the play. Bring up a 2nd and 12. Ball about the 31, 32-yard line. Stafford gets the snap, gives it to Stewart. Stewart still on his feet, up to the 40-yard line, right near the 40 before he stopped.
Jim, he came near breaking that one. If he had gotten past the last defender, it would have been clear sailing.
And he does have good speed, doesn't he, Don?
Very good speed. I don't know exactly what he is in the 40, but he's 4.5 or 4.6.
Okay, it's third down, 5 yards for the Tigers at their own 40-yard line. Stafford again on the option, keeps it. Nice run. Still on his feet across the 50 to the 45-yard line. Beautiful run by
Good run.
Craig Stafford.
Don, they're doing just what they're going to have to do now. They're going to have to keep picking up first downs and put it in the end zone real quick and then hold Effingham.
And try to get that ball back, Bobby. So
That's
we can
right.
Get
He made good moves there. He cut at the right time to avoid the defense, and
Yeah, well, Effingham was looking for a pass, very definitely. It was a good call.
good call by Craig Stafford, a very smart young quarterback. First down at the Effingham 40. Stafford going to throw this time. Has a man, number 34. Complete and
All the way.
touchdown, Bradwell.
No flag, Jim. Clear sailing.
Rodney LeCount.
No flags on the field.
Bobby, that's what we needed.
Exactly.
Now, do you go for 2 points? You're down by 4 points. Or a field goal, and an extra point will only tie if you kick it.
Well, that was very quick. Very good series. Don Hale attempting the extra point. It's up, and it's good. So with 6 minutes and 52 seconds left in the ball game, Effingham County 19, Bradwell 16. Don, they look so good.
And then they have a
They had a
breakdown.
little breakdown, but
Well, I tell you, they've had some flashes of brilliance here tonight, Don. If they could just keep all that together for
well, you
an
don't
hour,
want
they
to you
could
don't want
really
to
like
see
the
a
ball.
better option than Craig did
No.
or made, and to set this up, and then a perfect pass
And the,
to Rodney, and
and the defense has played real well in spots, but they've had a couple of breakdowns. I still think that Bradwell will be in the region chase.
okay, Bradwell preparing now to kick off to Effingham County. Rodney LeCount, number 34, will do the booting. And there the ball goes.
Good kick.
It goes into the end zone. No chance to run it back. The 34, Stanley McDonald, back there for Effingham County, but he didn't attempt to field the ball, just let it roll into the end zone. And Effingham County will put it in play with a first down at their own 20-yard line.
You know, Don, that's the safest kickoff of all. If you can kick it into the end zone, and you got no chance of a run back, and I'd like to see them do that every time.
Bobby, I believe they have a high school rule now where if it goes in the end zone, you cannot advance it at all.
Right, that's right.
And, of course, you know the new college rule. If it goes out of the end zone, it comes to the 30 now.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Effingham County, first series after that kickoff. Gives to number 33, and that fellow is still on his feet. He's down across the 40-yard line and out of bounds at about the 42, maybe the 43-yard line.
Jim, had it not been for Marvin Roberts hanging on to him, number 75, he would have been long gone.
Well, Don Bradwell's got to hunker down now, hasn't he?
All going right. They have really killed us on that sweep play and the pass play that they have
Yeah,
run.
it's worked too well for them. Okay, first down, Rebels. Give into the middle this time with the big fullback carrying. He gets a couple of yards down to near the 45-yard line. But the officials are going to take off a little bit of that and put it back about the 40. About the 43 is where the ball is going to be spotted. Two-yard gain, 2nd and 8 for Effingham at their own 43-yard line. Well, you saw the Bradwell team move there before the snap. Penalty markers are down on the field.
Don, that quarterback Mike
And that
Ross
is
has got to
gone.
be using some sort of a stutter is pulling Bradwell offside.
Here's a situation, Don, that occurs. We mentioned that earlier where the offensive team actually drew the defensive line off.
Right.
So the penalty goes against Effingham County.
Bobby, evidently he is using a break in his cadence to do that.
Yeah.
That'll move the ball back to the 38-yard line. 2nd and 13 for the Rebels. It's a 19-16 ball game. Effingham leading. Big rush on the quarterback this time. Almost had him.
Threw the ball
out of bounds. Threw it away. Over to the Bradwell bench. So Mike Wallace was almost sacked there back near the 35-yard line.
Don, you mentioned, or Jim, I think you mentioned a moment ago that Craig Stafford being a smart quarterback. He reminds me a lot of his dad. Back in the days when I was playing, his dad was a quarterback. And he can run the ball better than Hal Stafford could, but Hal was a great quarterback for Bradwell.
Okay, 3rd and 13 for the Rebels of Effingham County. Quarterback back, the ball deflected. Intercepted by number 43 for Bradwell. And he's back across the 40 to the 35-yard line before he's brought down.
Jim, let's give the man that grabbed the quarterback's arm.
That's 2 for tonight, right?
That's 2 for Calvin, but one of the Bradwell defenders had the quarterback's arm when he threw the ball. Had a lot of pressure on him, and the quarterback did not get the pass away.
Okay, here's an opportunity for a fired-up team to take advantage of a big break there on that interception. Craig Stafford going to keep it. He runs, gets a couple of yards, maybe 3.
Jim, we have plenty of...
Were you able to get the Bradwell player who deflected the pass?
I did not, Jim. I would like you was looking at the interception.
Okay, Craig Stafford picks up a couple, 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7 for the Tigers in Effingham County territory at the 30-yard line. And again, Stafford keeps the ball.
Don, if they can punch this ball into the end zone now, they can win this ball game tonight.
Right, Bobby.
Gain of about 3 more. 3rd
The clock is in our favor right now.
3rd down about 2 for the Tigers. And you're seeing a fired-up bunch of football players out there now, Don. They have every right to be.
It's true, Jim.
Stafford gives it to Stewart. Stewart should have the first down. That should be inside the 20-yard line, or right on the 20, and that's enough for the first down for the Bradwell Tigers.
Fans getting fired
The
up.
Bradwell fans are going wild directly below our broadcast booth. Stafford again to Stewart. Stewart open. Finds running room. He's down to the 5-yard line before he's brought down.
Don, that was another good call.
Very good call. I've seen the quarterback sneak the ball that Stafford called a couple plays ago. I can't help but believe that was audible. He saw a weakness in the Effingham defense.
Okay, that ball is short of the 5, about the 7-yard line. That's after Mike Stewart's run. Stafford gets a snap, gives it again to Stewart. Touchdown!
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 Boy, these fans are going wild.
John Stewart.
Don't blame them.
And you see Craig Stafford going crazy on the sideline.
Jim, they have every right to be. It's a very fine Effingham County team they're playing.
Okay, Don Hale attempting the point after. To try for extra point. Kick is up. And it's good. Oh, with 3 minutes and 26 seconds left in the ball game. It's Bradwell 22, Effingham County 19.
Jim,
Might rather check that, make that 23 to 19.
Jim. 23 to 19.
23 to 19, Bradwell.
I can't help but think of the drive that Effingham put together at the end of the last half, the first half, excuse me. They had 1 minute and 54 seconds on the clock when they started, and they They drove it in a little over a minute.
That's
so
exactly right.
our defense really has to play good ball to hold them.
That was the point when the substitute quarterback came in, too.
That's right.
Okay, Bradwell getting ready to kick off after the touchdown. And a thing of beauty it was. Some beautiful place in there, Bobby.
Sure was, Jim.
Right to the count. Doing the kicking. Number 33 to take it for Effingham County. Come right down the middle, and he gets running room, gets yardage across the 35 to about the 38-yard line.
Don, that is a hard-running kid, that number 33.
Roger Scott.
He
has really been a hard runner tonight, Bobby.
He's a senior. He's a 180-pound senior. He's, of course, has been alternating with McDonald and doing most of the running for Effingham County. Ball at the 37-yard line. Effingham's territory, Effingham County's ball. The give again is to Roger Scott. Scott gets a couple, maybe 3 yards. I have my doubts if they're able to hear us over this crowd noise.
I don't know, Jim. There's an awful lot of fan noise right now.
Okay, second down, 2nd and 6 for Effingham. Give again is to number 33. He's ill on his feet, still running. They've got to stop him. He's down the field inside the 20-yard line.
Don, there's that same play that's killed us all night long.
Roger Scott.
They have really wrecked our defense with that little down and out pass. I believe there's a Bradwell man down on the field.
Right. They work it left, they work it right, and but it's been working for them, and it's just undoubtedly, and I know that the Bradwell coaching staff is tried to solve it, but it's something they're doing. It just there's a Bradwell player injured on that last play. We aren't able to spot his number from at this time, but the clock showing 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the ball game, and Effingham County putting on a good drive here after Bradwell had punched that go-ahead touchdown into the end zone just a minute or so ago, and Effingham County has come back and knocking on the door.
And it didn't take them long, did it, Jim?
That ball is, let's see if we can spot it, about the 23 or 24-yard line. Is that? Really, the officials have not. No, it's closer than that. 5, 10, 50. It's on the 15-yard line. The trainers for Bradwell. Doc Williams out taking care of the injured Bradwell player. And let's see if we.
That's Marvin Roberts, number 75, I believe, Jim.
The injured player coming off under his own power, number 75 for Bradwell, Marvin Roberts.
We really need Marvin in there. He's been the backbone of our defense. Hopefully he can recuperate in a few seconds and get back in.
The ball is on the 20-yard line. We've finally been able to determine, and believe me, it's not easy to do with those lines being smeared for the running. And a first down for Effingham. Give into the line of scrimmage, and here he comes around the left side, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown. Number 28 for Effingham County, and Don, that one fooled me. That moved right.
Jim, I had my eyes glued on the right-hand side of the field.
That's Marion Hill scoring that go-ahead touchdown for Effingham County. Making it a 25-23 game now with the try for the extra point coming up. A minute and 56 seconds left in the fourth and final quarter. Bradwell or Effingham having to get a man in the game right quick. Number 1 short. Kick is up. And it is good. Effingham 26. Bradwell 23.
This has really been a barn burner,
with
Bobby.
1:56 left in the contest.
Bradwell has time to come back. A minute and 58 seconds.
If they could sustain a drive like they did on the last scoring drive, they can still win this football game.
Bobby, I think this Bradwell offense has finally woke up. They played a terrific ball game tonight.
They sure have.
Okay, number 1, Chuck Carter, 180-pound senior, teeing the ball up to kick off for Effingham County. Stewart deep for Bradwell, number 14, and John's going to let the ball sail over his head out of the end zone, and Bradwell will put it in play at their own 20-yard line. Well, they've got a minute and 50 seconds, Don, to go 80 yards.
Jim, I hope they won't panic and try to throw the bomb on every play. I hope they'll try to sustain a drive and march downfield. They have the time.
Okay, let's see what strategy they'll use as Greg Stafford brings his team up.
John, you need to move that microphone away from your mouth a little bit.
Stafford, 1 to throw. Incomplete. Intended for Reggie Abbott. Falls to the ground. He's 2nd and 10 for Bradwell, back at their own 20-yard line. Well, we only used about 2 seconds on that one, Don, so you can do a lot of playing in a minute and 57 seconds.
Can.
And I'm sure Stafford is going to be throwing the ball a lot. I'm sure that's his instructions from Coach Johnson and the Bradwell coaching staff. Stafford back, looking for a receiver. Has a man, but he can't get it to him. Intended man was over the middle. Number 6, Johnny Holmes, was the intended receiver at about the 35-yard line, but it sailed over his head and very dangerously close to being intercepted.
Well, I'll tell you, Reggie Abbott, number 9, was wide open, and if he could have hit him, he would have been gone.
It would have been clear sailing. I was looking at Reggie downfield, but it's a lot different looking downfield from where Craig
Yeah, it sure is.
It's a 3rd and 10 for Bradwell. Stafford again back to throw, looking. And it's almost intercepted and almost complete. Number 40, a big tall fella for Effingham County, tipped it, and then right in the count almost caught it after the tip. So both teams had a shot at Craig Stafford's pass, but it's going to bring up a 4th. And they're going to have to kick, Don. There'll be no other choice, I believe, other than punting the ball. What's your guess?
Jim, I think they're going for it.
Okay.
Try to complete a pass.
It's 4th and 10 at the 20. Stafford gets the snap. He's going to throw it. Looking. Has a man down. The ball was deflected by number 75 for Effingham County. Steve Spence deflected that pass, and that kept it from reaching the distance. The receiver was down there.
I don't know how many timeouts Bradwell has left, but they can stop the clock 3 times if they have their timeouts left.
They could very easily get possession of this ball again, even, of course, without another touchdown. Another touchdown would be too much, of course, with this little bit of time left. But there's still life in this ball game with a minute and 35 seconds remaining. Although Effingham County has it 1st and 10 at the Bradwell's 20-yard line. And they're going to try to run some clock down right now.
I don't imagine you'll see them throwing the ball.
No, it'll not go in the air. You can bet on that. Mike Wallace just kept it that time. Very short gain on the play, half a yard. They bring up 2nd and 9. See, Roger Scott has just come back in the ball game. He was been on the sideline for Effingham for a resting period. Clock is stopped as Bradwell called timeout. I've lost track of their number of timeouts too, Don, but I'm sure they have at least 1 more left.
Jim, if I'm not mistaken, they have 2 more left, but I'm not absolutely sure.
Nobody's leaving these stands. You can tell that, Bobby. You can see down on your right better than I can. That's
Yeah, well, Jim, the fans that are leaving are standing on the sideline, so they're not leaving the stadium.
might have left his seat. Well, there. See Coach Mistovich coming off. That's Coach Johnson on the screen now. Mistovich had been out on the field, coming back off now as the Water Boys leave, and we're ready to go with 1:30 left in the ball game. Effingham has it at the Bradwell 19-yard line. Second down. Give is to Big 33 again, and he runs hard and runs out of bounds at about the 10-yard line.
There's that play again, Don.
Bobby, they continue to grind up the yardage with that.
Same play.
They picked up 8 yards on that, 9 yards on that play.
And we've only used 13 seconds since Effingham got possession of the ball after the...
Well, if you recall, Jim, it was 1 and 58 seconds when Bradwell got the ball. So there's been 6 plays run in the last 36 seconds.
But when time is back in, Effingham County will have a 3rd and about 1 yard for the first down. Ball at very near the 10-yard line of Bradwell.
Well, I've got a break here, Jim. I want to thank Liberty County School Superintendent Ed Edwards and Bradwell High Principal Gene Nesbitt for their assistance in helping the broadcast of this game tonight.
They've been very cooperative, haven't they, Bobby?
They sure have.
And they'll be commended for it. Everything benefits the entire program, and those two men have certainly, along with all the staff, have been very, very cooperative in seeing that we're set up in the finest facilities, I think, in the region for broadcast purposes or for press box purposes.
Well, that's right, Jim.
Okay, 3rd and 1 for the first down for Effingham. Knocking close on the Bradwell and the quarterback. Number 6 keeps Mike Wallace, and he should have sufficient yardage for the first down, and he does, and that'll make it, check me on that, Don. It may not be, oh yes, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, it's first and goal.
I was waiting for the chains to move, but it's not necessary to move them when you're less than 10 yards. And again, Bradwell has called a timeout. So you were certainly right in having at least 2 left. So they called 2 timeouts.
Right. And Jim, on behalf of Coastal Cablevision, I want to thank you and Don for doing a great job for us tonight. And I'll remind everybody that we'll be back here again on October 19th with Savannah High School.
And that will be homecoming.
No, homecoming, I believe, is on October 26th with Glen Academy, unless I'm wrong.
Bobby, I think while y'all are commenting on the Bradwell,
I'm not sure. We better be sure that we're right before we even say it, but I think homecoming's the 19th.
It may be.
Let's check that.
It was a Glen Academy game last year was homecoming.
I'm quite sure that Savannah High is. There's a timeout on the field. We have 1 minute and 17 seconds left in the ball game. We'll be leaving you very quickly after the final second of the game. Bobby, you've already given that schedule. Our next televised game will be the Savannah High game. Is that right?
That's right, on the 19th, yeah.
This Bradwell team, that play gets, maybe a half yard, no more. They're just punching it out now, trying to keep control of the ball. They will not be able to make another first down. It'll be either a touchdown or the ball will go over.
I think they will kill the clock before that happens, Jim. They have.
Will it be possible for them to kill it, Don? It's 53 seconds, 52.
Yeah, very definitely. One more play will kill it.
They'll run this one, then they'll be able to, maybe not necessarily get another off. And again, the quarterback, Mike Wallace, just keeps the ball, falls right at the line of scrimmage, counting it down, 35. As you see on your screen.
Jim, I think we ought to comment on the Bradwell fans there. I call them the best fans in the state of Georgia. They're here in number to support this Bradwell team. We have a large crowd, and they're always behind their team, win or lose.
And Don, they've always been that way, as I can remember.
Clock running down. You see on your screen 4, 3, 2, 3. I'm going backward. 2. There's your ball game with your final score. Effingham County 26, Bradwell 23, and a good football game for fans to see. So, Bobby, take over.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Don, I just wanted to comment before we leave the air right quickly. I don't think Bradwell has anything to be ashamed of tonight. They played an excellent ball game. They had some drives that had real brilliance in them, and Craig Stafford did an outstanding job. We just had a little trouble with the defense.
Bobby, I agree with you 100%. They're playing one of the finest teams in the region. This Effingham County is a strong ball team.